Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talking with 3D. I am your host, Derek Terrell Dixon. Welcome again to an exciting show. I have a special guest, Mr. Michael Knowles is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be talking about his career, everything that he's doing, commercials and theater and movies. I'm so excited to have Michael Knowles on my show today. You know, this is real talk for real people. And I always want to push people, inspire people to be who they are on Talking with 3D. So I, again, am so excited. I want to introduce you. He is a three-time award-winning Best Actor, international published, model, R&B and opera singer, a dancer, and a writer. I mean, people say, I'm busy. This brother right here is busy. That is, we gonna talk, go over his resume, his bio and everything. And I'm telling y'all, I just gotta publish the bio because the bio is at least 5 pages long. The brother is busy. But Mr. Michael Knowles, how are you doing? Welcome to Talking with 3D.
Hello. What's up, everybody?
Yes. And listen, Michael Knowles, I'm so excited. He is all the way in Hawaii right now. If y'all can see that background right now, he is in Hawaii. We are, we're going to be international also, but we got to start somewhere, so we can start in Hawaii. So, yeah. So listen, I am so glad to have you here. I have followed you on Facebook, and I have just been so inspired by your story, by your journey, and a lot of things that you do. A lot of people would probably say a lot of negative things. And I think when we are in the arts, people don't get us. And, we do a lot of creative things, but they would tell us, no, you shouldn't post this and you shouldn't do this and everything. And I love the fact that you are who you are, because you don't find that a lot, because we do have so many people in our ear. If you want to be famous, you shouldn't do this. If you want to do this, you shouldn't do that. And the one person always came to my mind, Michael, is that when I see you post things, and I don't really read comments and things like that, but I'm pretty sure you get some backlash from it. And I thought of Madonna. And Madonna would get backlash from the things that she would post or things that she would do or something that she would wear. And then she would turn around and make a video about it and make a song about it and boom it up more about what people were saying. Yeah. I look at you like that and I thought, you know what, he's the male Madonna that, regardless of what people say or what people do, you are going to be you. So I love that about you. So I just want to say congratulations for just being Michael Knowles. So listen, so how is Hawaii? How is it going over there? What is going on? How are you in Hawaii?
Okay. I will be in Hawaii for at least another few days, but it's a good thing I'm staying here up until Halloween and my birthday on November 4th. So I'm having a good time here. But I'm also the creative director of the Hawaii film and entertainment industry here. So I'm actually here to create content because we are going to be having our grand premiere, the opening of the film industry in 2022 here in Hawaii.
Wow. I have tons of friends that are from Hawaii, from Kona. And it was, meeting my friends that are from Hawaii really opened up my eyes about so much. Mm-hmm. And then realizing a lot of things that they were not used to or accustomed to. And you were thinking Hawaii's just, over the water, but it's its own separate island. And they didn't understand anything about daylight savings time and so much different little things. And you're just like, wow. There's sayings, they would run around saying, you're going, go, you're going, stay. just little things like that. And they had their own language and their own style. So it was very culture for me to learn from them, their way of eating and the different, just the language and stuff. Did you pick that up over in Hawaii? Did you all of a sudden become the island boy?
Well, I am originally from the Bahamas, so I always have a feel of like island vibes and the cultures and stuff. But everybody here, like the natives here, are so nice. Like everybody is just beautifully nice.
Yes.
Respectful amongst each other. Along my journey here, I'm learning how to do the certain cultural dances, food preps, for the certain Hawaiian meals, learning the different languages here, because it's always aloha or mahalo, but
Right.
I really deep into the language. So I'll be doing that as well while I'm here.
Yes, I remember when we would go to different restaurants or just go out. Every place that I went, and they just gave me this nickname, and it was like, "Hey, honey boy, how you doing, honey boy?" And I was like, "Well, why is everybody calling me honey boy?" That's what they call me my whole stay, and that was one vacation that I really loved. That I did not want to come home. I fell in love with Hawaii. It's such a beautiful experience. It's expensive as could be, but it's a beautiful experience. So I love it there.
Yes.
So let's.
Yes, very expensive, but it's gorgeous.
Yes. So listen, Michael, I'm going to read some of your bio, and then we're going to go in and talk about a lot of things that you are doing. Listen, Michael went to school in went to school in Savannah State University, got a BA in marine science, certified scuba diver, minored in theater, also theatric world, not only as an international published model, Knowles has performed in numerous plays. Just to name a few, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Into the Woods, Jesus Christ Superstar. Also, he has performed and produced a few short films that he is doing, and we're going to talk about that. Also appeared in TV shows and movies as MacGyver, The Residents, Dynasty, Coming to America too, and then also Respect. So go ahead, Michael. I'm like, my gosh, I can't believe I got him on my show. But I didn't have to go through hoops to get Michael Knowles here. Also a singer, as we said, R&B and opera. And then also he has is working as a model, an international model agency based in Las Vegas, also Nevada, the creative director of the Hawaii film and entertainment industry, also working on new music, creating new short films, and promising opportunities in future movie and SAG projects. I mean, brother, I have to give you your flowers now. Congratulations for everything that you are doing. Again, you are so inspiring of what you're doing. Listen, let's talk about what got you into wanting to get into theater. How did you fall in love with theater? Because I think that I always say that theater, if you want to be an actor, the first thing that you should do is theater, because live theater trains you to be a true actor. So how did you fall in love with the arts?
Well, ever since I was young, I've always had a dramatic aura about me. Ever since I was in grade school, like third, fourth grade and up, I've always been in drama clubs, and I was great at presenting my projects in front of the whole class as if I'm on stage. My real experience on how the theater world works was my senior show in high school, Reed High School, class of 07, in Atlanta, Georgia. It kind of gives you the tactics on how the theater runs, know your blocking, know your lines, parts of the other characters' lines, the costume changes, different aspects on the lighting, hit your mark, the stunts, do whatever. And ever since then, I've always wanted to be an actual actor, not just a character actor, like for nowadays for movies, not just like a character actor. I want to be like an actor that can actually bring impactful morals, messages,
right.
Tony worthy performances. So I've been classes, I've been training myself. I've been doing stage acting for 15 years.
Okay.
And this year will be my 4th year doing film. So by me being all big and gargantuan and all that, just to shrink it down to a very intimate setting to where the camera is right here.
Yes.
Everything, I can whisper, I can cry because I know the camera's right here.
Right.
Instead of like age whisper, like I gotta be very big.
Right.
But it's good to start doing theater because you learn more on a bigger platform instead of all in a compact, like in a compact place. I mean, it's cool when film actors kind of go into theater, but when you start off as a theater actor, you already know everything about the world of acting on how to express yourself on a bigger platform. So when you're smaller platform, you already know what to do. You know your blocking. You know all the steps on what to do to embrace your character, especially if it's on a film.
Right. Yeah.
You have to be big because you got to make sure on theater you have to be big because you want that 115th row in the back
to hear you. Right.
To hear you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
No cameras, no screens, no jumble, nothing. They have only that view, and you have to be very big.
And something that you said, I think is so funny too, is that when you go from theater to film, you know, it's like you've made it. But when you see people go from film to theater, you're like, now here he come, here she come. You know, what does she know about theater? And it's funny how we think like that, because we do think like that at times, like, you don't know nothing about theater. Theater's, you know, but I think theater can, you know, we can jump into film, but it's funny for film to go back and jump back into theater.
Yes, it is. It is a debate between film actors and theater actors, but I do believe that we can teach each other on the different realms on how we can twist and turn our technique.
Right.
Because, I mean, to be honest, when I started off doing film, I started off and people thought that I was on stage. So by taking film classes on how to perform in an intimate setting behind the camera, that taught me on how to be big and just kind of like shrink down.
Right.
And it's hard for a theater actor to do that because we're so embedded to really make everything grand.
Right.
On Broadway, you know. But
it's like every syllable has to be pronounced. You know, everything has to be clear, but like you said, everything has to be big. Everything has to be dramatic. But in film, you're right. It's right there. And I had to learn that. I'm like, why am I yelling? But being so used to being in theater, you're just thinking, oh, I don't have to yell. The mic is right here. It's right in front of my face, or it's over my head. I don't have to yell. I can talk in a whisper voice or in my regular voice. So those are the adjustments, you know, I had to learn about and realize that I don't have to be so grand in theater. I mean, on film, I may be sitting in the same seat for 10 hours doing my lines. So that's what the big difference was, because I was like, going, really, what's this going to look like?
But yeah, and the most important thing is, especially on like theater, if you're not mic'd,
yes,
you have to speak louder.
Right.
And sometimes the thing is, the reason why theater actors have much more of a power, because when we do theater, we have to do the same show over and over and over and over if we're on Broadway. It's like 3 times a day, 7 days a week. And I've been in situations where I was part of musicals, Jesus Christ Superstar, Into the Woods. We did shows, we did 12 shows in all. And then there was sometimes we had to do the same show for the children, for the kids to come and see the show.
Right.
They were doing Into the Woods, and they wanted to see an adult version.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, listen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about, we're going to show some clips of your movie reels that you have, and I want to talk about how important it is for people to have their I can't even think of the name right now, for the, to show what the clips and movies and things that they've been in for them to audition with. So we're going to talk about that. So we're going to just show a quick clip of those. So ladies and gentlemen, please don't go anywhere. You're watching Talking with 3D, and I have Mr. Michael Knowles here with us, 3-time award winning best actor, international published model, R&B, and opera singer, dancer, and writer. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I'm completely drained. I am. I literally have nothing. I have nothing. So I appreciate you coming over here, trying to talk wisdom to me. Really? I get that. I get that. You've taught me everything I know about these streets and the business. You've taught me everything. You can write about most things, but not this.
Then afterwards, my dad and my older brother took me to the TV room. They put on Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. I love Scooby-Doo. I love it. I love it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.
What the fuck? First of all, are we doing this or not?
Yes, we are.
Secondly, I need you to leave.
What?
All of this I'm feeling right here. Honestly, I'm not feeling it at all.
Okay, then I just won't say anything.
I don't think you understand me. Either you leave in the next minute or I leave in the next minute. And before you say anything else, I need you to ask yourself, is he joking?
And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we are back. I am here with Mr. Michael Knowles. Once again, we're just talking about theater and so many things that he is involved in. He is sitting in Hawaii, ladies and gentlemen. If you can see the backdrop back there, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, where it's a tomorrow it's going to be raining and storming and windy and everything, and it's cold out here. You see, I got my turtleneck back on and stuff like that, and he's got his shirt all buttoned down, colorful and stuff. So he's enjoying that Hawaii weather. But I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. Listen, that was, we just showed a clip of some movies and everything that you have performed in and acted in and everything. How important is it for actors to have a movie clip reel? Because a lot of times when people do go out for auditions, and now the auditions are a lot of virtual auditions, they are asking for you to send those in, and a lot of our actors don't have those. So how important is it to have one, and how do people go about making one for themselves?
Well, to all of my actors and actresses out there, and first of all, yes, it's actors and actresses, but we're still overall
in the realm, right?
You know, so it's very important to have a reel of your previous work if you're trying to audition for future projects, especially when it comes to roles that you're trying to audition for, and you have a character that you've already done that kind of relates to that certain character that you're trying to audition for in book. That's why you have to put that in your repertoire, as you can show to the casting director and producer of that particular project.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a movie reel, you got to have different clips of certain characters that are believable, and it looks like you can play them in real life.
Mm.
Your movie reel can't be long. It cannot be over, like, it got to be at least under 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes tops.
Okay. Okay.
You know, when a casting director is looking through, and sometimes, like the way I did it, make sure that your most powerful scenes are like in the front, like in the beginning of the reel.
Right.
So they like, okay, all right, because they just swipe, they swipe.
Right, right.
You know, so it's very important. And then when you do your slate for virtual, it's like you look at the camera, you look sideways, then you state your name, your age, and
Mm-hmm.
and then start your monologue.
Right. Now, do you state your actual age? Because a lot of times I hear people say the age that they can play. So is there a difference? Because if they're looking for someone that's 35 to play somebody 35 to 40, but you may be in your 50s, but you actually could play that person.
Yes.
Is it proper etiquette to say I can play between 35 and 40?
You can, but to me, I'm always honest.
Yeah, let them see, oh, he's in his 50s, but he looks like he can play this part.
Right. I mean, see, that's why it's good to audition for characters that suits that description that they're asking for.
Mm-hmm.
But see, me now, I am I'm clean shaved. So the way I can transform my voice and my mannerisms, I can still play like I'm like a senior in college.
Okay.
But when I have a full beard, I look older. I look way older.
Okay.
I'll be 33 in 2 days, but I can look like I'm 33 going on 45.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know, like gotcha. I do my Rick Ross beard, like my beard hot, and you put some gray streaks in there.
Right.
I'll 5. And
see,
the way
I could put a beard on you and some glasses. You look like my producer, Michael Lee.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Like,
I'm like, y'all could be related. I'm looking at you, I'm looking at you. I'm like, well, I said, well, I'm interviewing Mike Lee or Michael Knowles. You put a beard on you and some glasses, you Michael Lee all day.
Yeah. But sometimes when people are not comfortable by saying their age, especially let's be honest, women don't like to state their age.
Right.
You have to state your age. It's protocol. And then if you, sometimes you could be honest, say your age, and when you do that monologue, that can get the casting director, you know what? They can actually pass for that character.
Right.
Monologue, actually play that part.
Right.
You know,
right.
For example, Sister Act 2, Lauryn Hill and all those other actors that were part of that movie, 2, all of them were like 21 and over.
Right, and they were playing high school students. Right.
You know, like me, just like, that was my first movie or my first visual of Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Gorgeous woman. I thought she was actually in her teens.
Okay.
When I first saw her in that movie.
Right.
And when I found out that she was like in her early mid-20s in now.
Well, that's like Ralph Macchio from Karate Kid. And we all thought he was, 16, 17. He was well into his almost late 20s.
Right. He was almost 30, but but the way he performed the part, he could pass for a teenager.
Right.
It's fun to, it's fun to, when you're getting older, it's good to where you have the same physical look about you to where you can actually play as if you once were a teenager.
Right. Yeah. Listen, let's talk about, because when I hear actors say, I wouldn't play this role, I wouldn't do this, if there's a role out there and say they have to play a, dress like a drag queen, or play a drug addict, or, something like this, something totally out of their character. And I hear a lot of people, especially our men, say, oh, I would never do that, but you're an actor. First off, I'm always trying to say, don't go out and audition for something that you automatically know you're not going to play. Just don't audition. But you have to be careful what you put out in the atmosphere, because how many people have won, Grammy, or not Grammys, but Oscars and everything for playing something totally opposite of who they were. You're an actor. So it bothers me when people always sit there and say, I'll never do that. Or I'll never get a movie. This one guy went to an audition and said he turned it down because they were cursing in it. Well, first of all, why didn't you get to know who the writer and director was before you even went to the audition? So therefore, you would have already known their style. What do you tell our actors out there that they don't prepare themselves? If you want to be an actor, I'm not saying you have to take every job, because every job is not for you. But you have to do your research. So what do you say to actors that have that mentality that, oh no, I'll never play that. I'll never do a nude scene. I'll never do that.
I say, I'm gonna be real. Get over it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Because that's what acting is now, and where it's leading to.
Right, because it strengthens your craft. Because if you constantly keep playing roles that are comfortable, you're just going to be stuck in that niche to where you can only play those certain characters.
Right.
Like with me, I don't mind playing certain roles because I know it will strengthen my ability to be a better actor. Like I did a previous movie. It's called Blinded by the Bag, to where I played like a thuggish drug lord. And then there was another film. It was called The Assistant, on Amazon Prime. to where I had to play a gay character.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do a man-on-man sex scene.
Okay.
You know, we were very comfortable. We were very comfortable, like, and we just got it over with, you know?
Right.
Right. And then when people saw it, they came back to me saying, like, you know what, that was very brave for you to do that, because not other actors would commit to that part.
And a lot of our Black actors. A lot of our Black actors wouldn't commit to the part because of the fact of their image. They're so worried about the image.
Yes. And sometimes you don't have to, and sometimes you can just throw that facade image crap out the window, because I'm trying to get booked. Right. You know, to where, like, when you saw my reel, there were different characters, different this, different that, but it wasn't in terms of me being a Black actor. Right. When you saw me, you just saw me as a character.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
I tell people, like, yes, I love being in Black films. I love it. I love being part of an all Black cast and all that. But sometimes some Black films kind of always go back to our comfortable niche on the stereotypical ways on the outside world sees the Black community to act like.
Right. Yeah.
Where you're just acting yourself in front of a camera.
Right.
But I want to, like, I always make people laugh. Like, I want to be an assassin in Afghanistan with a British accent. I'm trying to save the Queen of England, but I got shot. Like, I want to roll like that, to where you're in a Black man, you're just seeing a character.
That's right.
But the actor who's playing that character just happens to be Black.
That's right. Well, I can see you being the next Black James Bond. I can see you playing that. So listen, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back and talk more about your modeling and also about your dancing career. So we'll be right back.
Thank you.
My thoughts run deep as the ocean, penetrating every spectre of my being. My spirit is embraced in light, enhanced my sight, too proud to fight any dark shadows within my midst. My armor is indestructible. Weapons, words will die by my hand. For I am a king. I come from royal blood. My ancestors bring forth power to push me down the right path. They watch me from above as their wings spread wide. For I am protected, I am covered, as I walk through racism, wars, pain, sorrow, people who serve the demon below. The earth is my battlefield, as the doves fly high, bringing peace within me, to never be afraid, even if I stand alone. As my enemies come, by one look they'll retreat with fear. The dark cloud shall break, a beam of light shines on me. As I float to the skies, I realize I was chosen. But my task is not yet done. I need to show all that I uphold greatness, to believe in my heart that I have a purpose. I shall spread my own wings, let the breeze caress my feathers. Have faith, have strength, have courage, and it'll all be mine for the taking. So I can finally say, I am alive. My thoughts run deep as the ocean, penetrating every spectre of my being. My spirit is embraced in light.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Talking with 3D. I'm sitting here with Michael Knowles, once again, 3-time award-winning Best Actor, international published model, R&B/opera singer, dancer, and writer. I want to talk about your creative dancing, also your modeling. And again, as we were talking earlier, a lot of your modeling shots are implied nude. And I think that a lot of people don't understand it. Especially, and it's so funny, here we are in 2021, and people are still uncomfortable of seeing the body and not understanding that the freedom, I think that they just don't understand. If we were, of course, living overseas or something like that, it wouldn't be a big deal. But here in the United States, we still are so uncomfortable of the human body. But what's amazing is that you can have a Tyra Banks or someone on Sports Illustrated in just bikini bottoms and covering up their chest, and it's okay. But if I have Michael Knowles standing in a bikini swimsuit on a magazine, we have a problem with the fact that a man is standing, in a magazine on a cover with barely nothing on. So, I congratulate you for just being you and feeling so comfortable. And I know you went through a transformation that, with yourself. I saw before and after pictures of, at one time you were just a little heavier, or I want to say out of shape. I want to say heavier, out of shape. And then you have built this person, Michael Knowles, that is all over Facebook in nothing but either a grass skirt or nothing at all, and that leaf behind you, so those things. So how did you go in from your transformation into the Michael Knowles of today?
Well, first of all, I was 300 pounds, and I lost all the weight in the year of 2011 when I was still in college. But
what made you want to lose the weight?
Oh, I wanted lead roles.
Okay.
I want powerful dance solos, because I had the flexibility and the energy and vibe to be an actual dancer, but in heavy, visually, people didn't see it right, or wasn't shown.
So you walk in to audition for a show, you're 325 pounds, they're like, what's he gonna do? How's he gonna move?
Right.
How's that even gonna look?
Right. So I wow people sometimes, because when I was still 300 pounds, I could still do splits. So I was always flexible, but it didn't look right when I was heavier. But now that I'm this size, it looks more like when I dance and all that stuff, I look like as if I'm an Alvin Ailey dancer.
Okay. So did you go through a workout routine? Did you go through a special workout process? How did you go through, losing that weight? And because a lot of times also when you see people lose a lot of weight, you got extra skin, you've got a lot of things, so there's still a lot of things that you have to deal with mentally to go through that. Did you have to go through that, or was it this? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. When I lost all the weight, my smallest was 145 pounds.
Wow.
Very sick. So I had to beef back up throughout the years. But in 2016, I had excess skin removal surgery on my stomach area to get excess skin off. They cut me from hip to hip, and then as I fully healed, I had a tattoo put over it.
Okay.
And then back then, I asked the surgeon back then, like, is my chest okay? And he was like, I'm pretty sure when you go to the gym and all that, it'll just form back. It did not.
It did not. Okay.
And the thing is, when I tell people who have been overweight and when they lose the weight and they ask me, truthfully, I'm gonna say, yes, you will have excess skin if you lose weight very rapidly. And I lost it rapidly to the point where my skin didn't keep up with my weight loss.
Okay.
And tried all the lotions, potions, skin firming creams, going to them like a second religion. Like, it was just loose skin. It was not going anywhere.
Wow.
So last year, I had the excess skin removed from my chest area.
Okay.
Cut me from under here to get the excess skin off, and they cut all the way up to the middle of my back. And fully healed. I had that tattooed, and that hurt.
I bet.
A lot. But I'm fully healed now, and I think people probably say, like, you're lying, but this is the first year to where I actually felt as if I was living.
Really?
Yeah.
So did you go
like,
through a lot of?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, did you go through a lot of depression even though you had lost the weight?
Yes.
And you got to a place where you think, okay, I'm here, but I'm still not myself.
Yes. Yes. Like, losing the weight was part of the battle, but mentally I was still disturbed because I had all the excess skin and all that stuff. I was still conscious to take off my shirt, you know?
Okay.
And when I did my earlier photos, when I had the excess skin, I always covered myself or did certain poses where I was covering. I elongated myself so the excess skin would stretch, or I would just chest up to where it can go up and all that stuff.
Right.
But now I'm free to just, okay, hands down. No, I can.
And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you he's free, he is free. When you go on Michael Knowles' his Facebook page, his Instagram page, I'm telling you, you are the most just you're creative. Your creativity on your model shots, your themes, everything that you do. I never see something that is the same. I really don't see things that people are doing. Where do you come up with the ideas, your model shoots and everything? Where do you come up with this?
Well, I've always had like a very grand imagination. That's what my mom loved about me. Like, I always had a great imagination. So by me losing all the weight and actually being able to create looks that can fit my body, and I was able to bring it to life. It's such an amazing feeling. Like, nowadays I have a gift to where I can look at something and I can instantly create a look in my head.
Okay.
Because there was sometimes where, I was at this model expo and a whole bunch of models was just standing there, just looking in front of the camera. And then they was just standing there looking at the camera and all that stuff. Me, I was looking around looking for props, like what can I my pictures different, you know what I mean?
Right.
Especially when I work with other photographers who have worked with other models, and they do the same repetitive things, and it's like, okay, I'm willing to do your line of photography and all that, but what can I do to make mine look different? So yes, you're doing nudes, like artistic nudes, but what can I bring to the table to make my picture pop out?
Right.
So as you see, I love fabrics. I love fabrics. So I don't mind being nude with a head wrap. I don't mind being nude where it's wrapped around, but also be on the lookout for my birthday picture.
Okay.
It is like that. I'm nude, but it's draped below.
Okay.
With blue fabric. So that'll be my birthday picture.
Talk about a little bit about being having, because we have about a good 10 minutes, and I want to talk about the commercial also. Artistic nude. What explain to people what is artistic nude?
Artistic nudes in my language is you're embracing and loving your own body, being comfortable in your skin. Yes, showing off your body, but in terms of vanity, to me, it's a form of celebration.
I like that. Yeah.
So everything that I do, it's a celebration because I know where I once was, and I don't want to go back to me being heavy. So when I do my nudes, it's not about vanity. I do it to inspire other people who are heavy and they want to lose weight, or they want to be models, but they're too big for certain designers and blah, blah, blah. But yes, I think beauty comes in all shapes and sizes, but in realistically, in fashion, like high fashion,
right?
Be honest, you have to be a certain size.
Yeah, that's right. And we have to be able to say that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not being mean or nothing. And I've been through that. Like there were times where even this size, people say that I was too big or my legs were too big. Yeah, I was like, well, I'll give you that. My legs are big.
Right.
but it's like, well, I got dancer legs. So it's like they're not going anywhere. So but sometimes when you're a model, you have to fit where you can fit in.
Right.
In your own lane. Don't try to, it's good to transform yourself, but don't like be unhealthy about it. Do not be unhealthy to fit someone else's visual of what they want. If you're not comfortable in your own skin, then some people will do anything just to get skinny. Like there were models that would that are anorexic, they are bulimic. There were times where I've seen models swallow cotton balls, so so they'll have the sensation of being full, so they won't.
Oh wow! Now that's the first. I've never heard that one.
Yes, I've seen models who don't eat anything. Like with me, I've trained my body to where if I know that I'm going to be on a shoot all day, I eat different snacks throughout the day, but nothing heavy. But my abs are still showing. But if I'm going to be semi-nude or shirtless, I said to myself, you can't fully eat until you're done.
Right. Okay. So I saw in one of your pictures. One of your pictures, you said living as a nudist. And I think that a lot of people also consider nudist when they, again, we associate being nude, being a nudist has to always be associated with sex. So people don't understand, again, I like what you said that the body is, you being or doing artistic nudes or being a nudist is a celebration of life, a celebration of who you are. Would you say that also about being a nudist? Because to you, what is a nudist?
A nudist is basically a person who just loves being just free, just like sometimes like I would love to go to a nude beach. I would love to go to a nude colony to where people just walk around nude. And by being a nudist, I turn that into a form where in real life, I don't care what people think or say. You know, I'm comfortable in my own skin. That's why you can bring your nudity into any craft that you'll like. If you have to play a character and you have to do a nude scene, I'm like, oh, okay, come on.
Right.
You know, so being able to be comfortable within yourself first, all the other phobias that you have within your craft that you're saying that you can't do that might but pay gig and maybe get you Oscar.
Yeah.
You know, for certain films that people went fully nude. They did very explicit, intimate scenes.
Right.
To where they had to embrace that character and embrace the body that they had at that time.
Right.
Like Halle Berry from Monsters Ball.
That's right.
Heath Ledger, may he rest in peace. They had to play gay lovers and go back. It's just by being able to be comfortable. You have to be comfortable in yourself. That's why I love being like a full out nudist, because it brings me a sense of peace within myself that I am beautiful outside as well as in.
Right. And ladies and gentlemen, you know, again, this is Michael Knowles and what Michael Knowles enjoys to do. So we're not telling everybody to go out there and you have to be a nudist or you have to do artistic nudes and everything. Enjoy and love the skin that you are in. You know, you got to love you for you. So you can't be Michael Knowles. You can't be Derek Dixon. You can't be that. Be who you are and enjoy who you are. But one thing I also want to say is that we can't, you know, we can't shame people, bully people, you know, negative comments and everything because of something that makes you feel good. You know, that's your way of celebrating you. And we should allow each other to celebrate ourselves, you know? So that's, again, I enjoy everything that you do. I love following you because I'm a big fan of yours. I really am, because I just see everything that you're doing and I really, you know, inspired about a lot of things that you do, because sometimes we live through others and we think, you know, oh, wow, if I could just come up with that creative idea, if I could, you know, have that body and everything. So you know, you think, okay, well, listen, you got to go and you got to work for it. You got to work out. You got to eat right. You have to do this. Get your rest, drink, you know, water and stuff like that. So we've got to. You didn't do it overnight. There was a process.
It was a process.
It was a process. So listen, before we have to get out of here, you also are doing a commercial, done a commercial that I want you to talk about and what the commercial was for.
I just did a recent commercial for Descovy for PrEP. It's a prevention medication for not getting the HIV virus. By me being an actor and an entertainer and et cetera, I am also an activist, and I give great support to all of the awarenesses that are out there, and I'm willing to give my full 110% support, because it's about being safe. It's okay to be, for some people, you can be sexually active, but be safe, you know? And I was very honored to be cast in that commercial, because it brings forth a certain level of myself as a person, as Michael, not as ever. This is me as Michael, and I want to support different awarenesses to where people are going through this. There's people out there who has the virus. So there's people who have sickle cell, lupus, breast cancer, people who survived breast cancer, domestic. I'm just in awe of all the awarenesses, and every year I do the St. Jude walk for the kids who have cancer. So I had a little backlash by me doing that commercial, to sometimes it comes to a point where the ignorant will just be ignorant.
Right.
Because
right.
to a certain assumption or an accusation about this and like that. Like, oh, there's something you can tell.
Something is wrong with him. He's not telling us. Yeah.
And plus, people don't like to read, because at the beginning of the commercial it says these are actors.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right. But that goes back into saying again, you know, me saying you playing a drug addict, you know, you're acting. But people, you know, they assume because of the fact that the awareness is HIV awareness. So, you know, they automatically going to think, oh, something's wrong with Michael. Michael is not telling us something. And, you know, but I give you credit again because of the fact that you were trying to bring awareness to something. I think that the HIV awareness has kind of fallen away from us with the coronavirus taking front range of everything. So we don't hear a lot about, you know, a lot of different, you know, cancer awareness or HIV awareness. We don't hear a lot about it anymore because everything is coronavirus. So I'm proud of you, the fact that you took the reins to say, you know what, this is important to me. You know, you may know people, you may not know people that you know have battled this. So what other way can I say honor them or help others by being a part of something that is much needed?
Yes, I tell people to always trust your instincts, go with your gut, and when you believe in something, you shouldn't care what other people say or think about you, because you're doing this for you. I did this commercial for me, as well as other projects dealing with other awarenesses. So I didn't think of it as any different, because I had certain awarenesses, people say only attack certain communities, but no, it attacks everybody.
Everybody. That's right.
You know,
men
what I mean?
And women, yes, and all different races.
Yeah, so it's not like this awareness is not categorical to where it just goes to this. No, men and women have contracted the HIV virus. Men and women have had have lupus, sickle cell.
That's right.
There are men out there who have had breast cancer.
That's right.
You know, so and other awarenesses, men and women have endured or transitioned because of that awareness. So everything has kind of like a equality purpose to it. I know back in the day, HIV and AIDS was very potent to where he passed away because of the virus. But now they came up with certain medications to where you can just pop a pill and call it a day.
Call it a day. Yeah.
And then some people who ask ignorant questions about HIV, AIDS, or other awarenesses, they don't know the research or the history on how to suppress it, or like when you see other commercials that has the awareness, if you have it, be you, keep being you, because you're you're not any different.
That's right. Know?
So sometimes the ignorance of other people can really drain someone's energy, very emotionally, physically, spiritually, on like, why did this happen to me? Like, why?
Right.
But I turn things to where as if it don't kill me, it'll make me stronger.
That's right.
I'm still here.
Still here. Yes.
I know people who have had I know people who have it, breast cancer, sickle cell, lupus, survived domestic violence. Years, they've endured this. Years.
That's right.
and they're still here thriving with a smile on their face, and internally they're smiling as well.
Oh, that's right. Listen, we are running out of time. Michael, please tell everybody where they can contact you, reach you, follow you. What is your Facebook, your Instagram?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for logging in on this interview. Thank you so much, Mr. Dixon. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike. I really appreciate you. Everybody can reach me on my Facebook, Michael Knowles. And also you can email me from my website, michaelmknowles.com, and my Instagram at Knowles782. And if you want to see more of my artistic projects, just go to my Instagram, because Facebook is not as lenient as Instagram.
Right. And we also gonna give him a DNA test, because we're gonna see if he's related to Beyonce in some way or some fashion, something like that.
Come on. I'm ready.
Mr. Michael Knowles, we want to thank you again so much for coming on Talking with 3D. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and just shining a better light on who you are and what you do and everything. I will continue to follow you and just be inspired by your work. Ladies and gentlemen, also, again, if you want more information on HIV, please check with your local listings and things like that, that if someone can help you or give you information. It's all about education. And if you're not aware about it, educate yourself. And instead of always putting somebody in a box, educate somebody and learn more about it to be able to help somebody get through what they're going through. So it's very important. We have young kids, girls and boys, black and white, killing themselves and everything because of the fact that they don't have the support that they need. So let's make sure that we educate ourselves on anything that people are going through. So I appreciate that. Michael, again, thank you so much, sir. Enjoy Hawaii and get out there and get out to the beach and everything, throw everything off and just celebrate life. That's all we want you to do.
Got to go create more content for the film and entertainment industry here. So
Yes. And also, sir, happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, live it up, and enjoy life. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Derek Durrell Dixon. You are watching Talking with 3D, where real talk is for real people. Have a good night, and we will see you right here, Plush Works TV. Good night.
Good night. Mahalo.